Heard there was a ruckus in the room, but is it just Mrs. French binge-watching her shows? Meanwhile, the old lady swears it was Will's voice. Fred then inquired, given your hearing condition, how on earth were you able to hear Will clearly through 4 inches of thick wood? That sharp and piercing question instantly deflated the maid's testimony, rendering it devoid of its original persuasiveness and power. Reluctantly, the prosecution called a third witness, and to everyone's surprise, it was Will's wife, Christine. Fred shot up with a fierce objection. According to British law, a criminal's wife can't testify, but the prosecutor boldly claimed, technically, Christine is not Will's legal wife. The reason? She still has a husband in Germany. Plus, her marriage with him is still legal. So whatever she is with Will, not illegal. She started, ignoring Will's mortification, recounting how Will rushed home that fateful night. She saw his sleeve stained with blood and asked what happened. To her shock, Will admitted she was his wife, but she wouldn't dare go home. Lo and behold, his wife wouldn't go home, and guess what? Will admitted to murder. The courtroom erupted at that comment. With a bewildered look, Will asked, and the prosecutor jumped in. How come that's different from what you told the police? Christine admitted it was all Will's idea, but she could no longer bear the lies and decided to spill the beans. Though she appreciated Will bringing her to Britain, she had never loved him. The prosecutor immediately growled, is that really true? That's the truth, really. With Christine confirming Will as the killer. With Christine cementing Will's guilt, Fred was momentarily at a loss for a rebuttal. Who expected this twist from a woman? He lamented her frivolous marriage attitude. After Christine left, Will aimed to prove his innocence, but the prosecutor unexpectedly pulled out more evidence. Turns out, a week before the incident, he was seen at a travel agency with the girl. Investigation showed Will was asking about prices for overseas travel. Everyone knows Will was always broke. Where would he get the cash for a trip? Unless he knew Mrs. French had left him £80,000. Will hurriedly explained, I met a girl at the bar that day. Can't remember her name, but we left together after some drinks. He's always dreamt of blue seas and palm trees, so when the girl invited him, he just casually popped into the travel agency. He never imagined that would be the evidence that could seal his fate. Will exclaimed in despair, now that's a real joke. Since Fred had no fresh evidence, the final verdict would be the next day. Heading home exhausted, Fred didn't see losing the case coming. Suddenly, a bizarre call came through, with the caller clearly saying they have something for Fred that could turn the Will case upside down. To verify, Fred and his assistant hurried to the train station to meet a peculiar woman. She said she had letters proving Christine was lying, but it would cost Fred £100. Fred replied, if those letters can prove her client is innocent, he'll throw in £10 more. She said it was all Christine's doing. That woman not only lied, but also snatched away her husband. Fred was sympathetic enough to toss in £5 more. The day before the final judgment, Fred claimed he had new evidence and requested Christine be re-summoned. The judge accepted the new evidence. Christine was back in the witness stand, and Fred questioned if she knew a guy named Max. Christine flatly denied it. Fred pulled out a letter. You wrote a letter to Max the day Will was arrested. Before Fred could finish, she was quick to deny it. Christine insisted that the letter was a forgery. It wasn't even the stationery she used. The letter even had her initials, and Fred said, thanks for helping me identify your stationery. Then, she had to get someone to verify the note in the letter, which sent Christine into a rage, and Fred began to read the contents aloud. The letter revealed how Christine planned to perjure herself to send Will to the gallows, stating once Will was dead, she would run away with Max. Once made public, Christine broke down, and the judge immediately asked, if you wrote this, it means you committed perjury. If not, clarify now and provide evidence. With tears streaming down her face, Christine said, in the end, there was no evidence proving Will guilty, and the jury unanimously declared him not guilty. And just like that, the courtroom erupted in cheers as the judge declared Will not guilty. As everyone filed out, Fred prepared to grab a drink to unwind, only to find Christine couldn't even exit the courtroom due to the crowd's outrage. Left with no choice, she returned to the courtroom, chatting with Fred, but she looked like a completely different person than before. Fred was intrigued, perhaps due to the verdict being in. Christine started thanking him, saying he inspired her. She said, testimony from a deeply loving wife has zero impact, but doing the opposite might yield different results. Fred was left baffled. The woman he'd seen at the train station was actually Christine in disguise. She had intentionally written many letters to throw Fred off the scent. It turns out it was all her cunning plan, leaving Fred in awe of women's mysterious prowess. Yet, he wondered, why not trust your own abilities? A straightforward approach would surely win this case. Christine suddenly retorted, do you really think she's innocent? Did you ever doubt she's the killer? Before he could finish, Will walked over. Christine rushed to hug him, while Fred felt a surge of irritation. Will informed Fred of the verdict, revealing the case was over, and she'd pay him double. However, at that moment, Fred's nurse strolled in with the young girl, leaving Christine utterly baffled. "What's going on here?" The girl explained. "In the one Will went to the travel agency with. They've been together for months. Since Christine and Will's marriage wasn't legal, this was their perfect chance to part ways." Christine couldn't believe it and wanted to win Will back, but he warned, "Stick around, and I might just spill the beans about your perjury." He shoved her back into her chair, shocking Christine, who never expected her sincerity to end in betrayal and deceit. For more exciting content, kindly don't forget to like and subscribe.